Hi guys, welcome back. Today is the second day of summer in Australia, and I just want to remind some of you who are not familiar with Melbourne, Australia, that the current temperature at the very beginning of summer on this day is slightly over 15 Celsius, so barely 60 Fahrenheit, and it's been raining all day for the last at least 8 hours. And this is the Monstera Deliciosa, which we're still waiting for its first ever fruit. Hi. Yeah, it's summertime, but I'm dressed for winter. That's just a fact here in Melbourne, Australia. So all the weather experts, those who predict and forecast weather events, promised us a hot and dry summer, right? That's what they said. They've been saying it all winter. Well, we'll see about that. It's soaking wet here in my neck of the woods, right? This is the Fuerte avocado, which for the very first time since I planted the tree is loaded with fruit. First time. And I think it's been 6 years, maybe seven years. It's taken its time. It's taken its jolly time to have a bumper crop. I've only had 3 fruit from this tree in 7 years. And this coming season, right, 2024, looks like we're gonna have 300 fruit. It's gone crazy. I've never seen so much fruit on an avocado tree, guys. But that's coming up once the fruit gets bigger. These are just the fruitlets. It's like amazing. So, okay, I just wanted to do a video update, right, on the garden at the beginning of summer. And I picked today because today is soaking wet and cold. It's basically a winter's day with a lot of humidity. It's quite humid. Even though it's only 15 Celsius, it actually feels like 22 Celsius. That's what it feels. The air feels like 22. I feel like I'm in a sauna. It's cold, but it's also steamy cold, if you know what I mean. So here's one of the longans I have. This is the oldest longan I have. It's the kohala, which hasn't done well at all in the 4 years, maybe 5 years that I've had it. Not well at all. This is pretty much what I've been looking at for the last 4 years. Pretty much. That's the view. And then every summer it grows like this, nice and pretty, right? Very pretty. And then for some reason, by the end of summer, it goes back to that. So I don't know what's wrong with this kohala, but it's not good. That's why I ended up getting 2 more a couple of years ago. And this is kohala number 2, which seems to be doing a lot better than kohala number 1. We're talking longan, or dragon eyes. Dragon eye fruit, right? If you're not familiar with the longan. And here's another longan tree. Yeah, I'm really trying to push the tropicals, guys, because it's been a long wait on tropicals here in Melbourne, like longan, lychee, mango, wax jambu, sapodilla, Man, oh man, it's been over 10 years. 10 years, guys. And we still don't have anything other than a few mangoes. So it's not the results have been very poor. Even though to many of you it looks outstanding what I've done, I would still rate my results as very poor when it comes to tropicals. Most of the tropicals, not all of them. I've had a lot of luck with avocado and Sapodilla, but not these longans and lychees and Sapodilla, especially wax jambu, the worst of all. That's the hardest for me to grow here. Anyway, this is a chompu. This seems to be busy, pushing growth, and what seems to be possible flowers. This has only been in the ground for 1 year. It's tiny. It's literally the size of my shoe. Yeah, 10 years is very long. For most people, 10 years is out of the question. And to and to end up with poor results after that long time of waiting, right? It's like, nope, I'm out. I'm gonna start playing golf instead, or go fishing. But I just love it. I love it. For me, it's not about the results. It's about the journey. That's what's fun for me. I love tropical fruit, guys. I love it. This is the rose apple. The rose apple which died at the end of winter. It just decided to die, right? This is all dead, right? Completely dead, right down to here. But interestingly enough, it came back to life at the end of October. So in September it died, and in October it came back to life. Wild or what? Yeah, so it's doing its thing. Returning back to the life of the living. So that's good, right? I was going to pull it out when I saw a dead stick all the way down, and I can't understand why it did that, because these are meant to be very cold tolerant. I didn't protect it at all over winter, and I don't think I needed to, but evidently it just made it alive, just barely made it. So it looks like it's going to fully recover. Rose apple, and if you don't know rose apple, it's this one here from the East Indies, right? A delicious tasting fruit, not much flesh. It's more of a novelty. The calamansi citrus, which is a kind of kumquat, has done really well. Citrus has done so well here, always does. After all these years, the citrus rates as excellent results. So for citrus, Melbourne is the place to go haywire, to grow everything you can, no problem. Here's another big problem tree that I've had for the last 10 years. It's the carambola, the star fruit. This is in the same, well, not necessarily in the same category as wax jambu and Sapodilla as far as results. As far as survival. But the results, guys, the results have been equal. I haven't had any fruit in 10 years. But it survives fine. At least the tree can take the weather here, unprotected. It's coming back now with new growth, which should have happened back in October, right? Because the weather in spring, guys, spring, by the way, is September to November. And spring here in Melbourne is a roller coaster ride. It's like down and up, down and up. So in September, when it's warm, this wakes up. It's like, yay, I'm awake. Thank goodness that winter is over. And then we have a sudden cold break. And it's like, oh, I'm going back to sleep. And all that little growth that came in September, see all these little leaves? They die back. We lose them, completely lose all the new growth in September due to that 1 week of cold. That's what happens. So then it tries again in October, and then we get another week of cold. When I say cold, I don't mean freezing cold, but cold enough for the star fruit to say, nope, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. So all these young little leaves, they die back in October, and they die back again in November. And now in December, yeah, let's have a fourth go, right? This is like take 4. And it's gonna stay like that now because we don't get any more cold in summer. Except today. We don't get any cold in summer. Day 2 of summer, hello, 15 Celsius. Yeah, so guys, just remember, if you're not familiar with my climate, if you're from another country, it's not as easy as, what's going on? What's going on? I thought it was spring there. I thought it was summer there. Where's the heat? Where are the results? What's wrong with your trees? Guys, you have no idea whatsoever about the climate here. That's what's going on. That's all that's going on. You have no idea about the weather here in Melbourne, Australia. But now you see it. That's what's going on. So, 3 months lost. We lose 3 months, guys, of growth. That star fruit over there should have been fully covered in growth and even flowers by now. If we had a stable warmth over spring, but we didn't. Jujube, wow, Jujube doesn't care. Jujube it's like a robot. It's a robot. It's like, yep, it's spring, I'm gonna grow. I don't care what the weather's like. If it's spring, I'm gonna grow. And grow he does. He doesn't care if it's 15 or 30. It's springtime, it's time to grow. But other fruit trees don't think like that. It's like, where's the warmth? If I don't feel anything warm, I'm gonna die back. And that's what the star fruit and all the other tropicals do. But Jujube plays nice. He's one of the nice guys. This is the lead Jujube. Let me just show you the little fruitlets there, right? He doesn't care what the weather's like. He doesn't care if it's cold or if it's raining or if it's windy. It's springtime. Springtime means we wake up. Springtime means we flower. Springtime means we fruit. So he's one of the nice guys. He plays nice. The same with jaboticaba. Doesn't matter what the weather's like, it's springtime. We're gonna grow and we're gonna keep George happy. George is gonna be happy because it's spring or summer, whatever you want to call it. These guys go by the season, they don't go by the temperature. Doesn't matter what the temperature is, jaboticaba is gonna do its thing. So that's what one learns when I have a garden. They pay attention, guys, to the little details. This is my reed avocado, which I was hoping to put in the ground before summer. Too late now. It's too hot. It's by the way, did I mention it's going to be in the 30s starting Monday? So in 2 days we're going to be having a heat wave. I won't be wearing a trench coat anymore. We're going to have true summer. Yeah. We're going to go from 15 to 30 overnight. Because that's how Melbourne rolls. So we're going to get some fruit here, it seems. On this potted avocado. Which is pretty cool. Persimmon is another robot. It's robot mode. It's springtime, so we're gonna cover ourselves with fruit. Doesn't matter what the temperature is. We don't care. We just want to produce masses of fruit because we're one of the nice guys. The nice guys. The same with the white sapodilla. White sapoti doesn't care what the temperature is. It's springtime and they're gonna do its thing. All right, guys, I think you're getting the idea now, right? Certain tropicals, they don't think like that. They don't think, oh, it's springtime, so it's time to do our thing. No, it's springtime, but only if it's hot. Only if it's hot. See this guy here? He needs heat. He's not gonna go anywhere unless it's hot. He's gonna stay like that all summer, unless we hit 30 Celsius. That's the Gamito. So avocado doesn't care either. Avocado is happy with 20 Celsius all summer, and he'll give you this. 20 Celsius and he'll give you that. He doesn't need 30. 30 is for mangoes and for dragon fruit. So that's the jabuticaba, which I already showed you guys. This is another star fruit which is waking up. The Keri looks like it's doing the best out of all the star fruit trees I have. Looks promising, right? By the way, it's a very, very attractive tree. In fact, it's my most attractive fruit tree in all of Fruitopia. Once it gets filled in with leaves, right? Once it's fully back to life. Now it's still in skeleton mode from winter. So we're gonna be looking at this guy in the middle of summer, around mid-January, and you won't believe how attractive it is. Okay, let's go and check out the lychee. This is the Bosworth, which I've also had for 5 years. This was planted the same day as that first longan I showed you, the kohala. And the same thing happened with this. In September, we had 1 week of heat and it woke up. It did this 3 months ago. It did that 3 months ago, right? And then we had that cold, man. We had that cold at the end of September and it went brrr, and we lost all these young new leaves. Goodbye. So we lost September. And the same thing happened in October. We had some heat and all these guys came. And then we lost them too. When the cold change happened in the middle of spring. Guys, when things like that happen, forget about success early. You're losing 1 year here, 1 year there. When I say year, I'm talking about spring. When you lose spring or summer or both, you've lost a whole year, right? So if this happens every single year, every single spring, every single summer, well, that's how you lose 10 years. And that's how that happens. But if you get an advanced tree, like a 5, 6, 7-year-old lychee, which I did in the front, I'll show you that soon, then you bypass all this crap, right? The crap of Melbourne's unstable weather. You bypass all that, right? Because the tree, that's 7 or 5-year-old lychee, is being grown in the tropics. And it's handed to you on a platter. It's like, yep, you just saved 5 years of crap. Melbourne crap, Melbourne's weather, right? So anyway, it looks like the Bosworth is starting to flower, maybe? Flower buds there? Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But one thing's for sure, we're not going to get any more cold after today. Today's the last cold day in Melbourne until April. All right, this is the African Pride custard apple, which I trimmed a month ago. If you saw that video when I was doing all the trimming. There's the cherry moya. which is also coming back from its trim, its haircut. See all the new growth everywhere? Yeah. So it needs another month. By New Year's Day, first day of January, you won't be able to see through this tree. It'll be fully covered in foliage. The same with this African Pride custard apple. All the custard apples and cherry moyas will be filled in by the end of December. We have a gyro persimmon there that's pretty loaded. That takes off every second year like the fuyu does. Right? They're the big giant fuyus. The gyro. They're massive. And that's an early variety. They come at the end of summer. Here's another kohala longan. I need to trim the jabuticaba and the pomelo. See how the rain, the heavy rain, the what do you call it, the weight of the rain brings down all the leaves here. I don't want them to crush the longan. So that's what's going on here with this. That's also, see, it's already sticking to the jabbo. Looks like it's gonna flower there. Don't know. You have to wait and see what happens with that. It's a surprise. That's inside the sabara jabuticaba, and you guys already saw the pomelo here, still loaded. This is loaded till the end of summer. The pink guava has already received a lot of new leaves. It does it incognito. That means as the old leaves are falling, see all the old leaves on the ground down there, the new leaves come. So it's a trick. It plays a trick on your eyes. Is the guava evergreen or not? The same happens with the avocado. The old leaves drop at the same time as when the new leaves are coming, right? Old leaf, new leaf. Old leaf, new leaf. Old leaf, new leaf. It's happening simultaneously. So it seems like it's an evergreen tree. I'm sure there's a word for trees that have that behavior. The choco vine is back after being hacked back to the ground at the end of winter. So that doesn't take long to return back to life. This guy is a real, what's the word? Survivor. You can't kill a choco vine. Wow. Yeah, I've been asked about my apple trees. Where are my apple trees? The new apples that I got a year ago, right, from the fruit salad company. I think they're called, I forgot the name of the brand. Oh gee, let's see. I haven't done a video on this. Someone asked me to do a video on it and I didn't do it. What? It's called the fruit salad tree, yeah. That company, yeah. I only put it in the ground, and there's one apple. I only put it in the ground at the beginning of spring. So it hasn't done much. It's a multi-grafted apple. I think 3 varieties or 4, I can't remember. Right, this one needs a bit of help. So yeah, it's doing okay. It's been well, it's growing together with all these lilies and taro. So I don't know who's gonna make it. We'll find out, right? But so far so good. I've got another one back there. I got 2 of them. This one only went in the ground. Actually, the one back there went in the ground at the end of last summer, around March. This one went in the ground at the beginning of spring, so 3 months ago. That's also a multi-grafted apple. That one flowered, but it dropped its flowers. So that one's gonna grow this year, and we'll probably get fruit from it in 2025. Okay, we might as well go back to the back there. Let's see what's going on there. The Rocoto chili is going crazy. I don't know how I'm gonna stop it. Look at this. It's growing up the kaffir lime tree. Look, up there. I have to cut that back. I don't like that. I've got more potatoes in the ground here. Trying to become more self-sufficient. So that's the rocoto. Look at the size of it. It's growing into these tomatoes here that have just set the first tomatoes. I've got to pick that one up. It's fallen, so I've got to check this every day. The rain pushes it down sometimes. I've got a couple of bananas here that I should remove. 1, 2, 3 big pups. That and they're looking really healthy too. Look at them. I'm gonna be shading these tomatoes over summer, right? I mean, they're already starting to now, but if they're gonna be up there in the sky, they're not gonna really be in the way, because the sun starts here in the morning, right, where the tomatoes are, and it works its way around to there. So most of the day, the bananas are not in the way of the tomatoes. It's only the first maybe hour in the morning at 6 a.m. That's when they're in the way. The sun rises right here, right on the cusp of these leaves. Whereas all this is in full sun, all morning and all afternoon. So that's why I was thinking of leaving them. But we'll see how we go. All right. Haven't used the greenhouse all year. For nothing. It's empty. It's laying idle. So, yeah. Okay, so here we have the Rollinia. I cut off one of the lower branches a few days ago. This one here. I don't like low branches. See that? I cut all this away on this small tree. Yeah. And nice and thick wood too. Look at that. That's very thick. Yeah, it was right there on the bottom. Right at the bottom of the tree, a branch was growing out. And I didn't like that. So it can decompose. And now it's more like a tree shape. A regular tree. Right, there's the Rollinia, guys, after 4 years. 2 years in the ground and 2 years in the pot before that. So this is year 5 coming up. Told you. 5 years. Next year will be the 5th year. That's how long it takes. But the good news is it's fully survived. Right, I cut away all the dieback. Right, everywhere. There was dieback everywhere. Everywhere. See that there? There was like 10 of those. So it's nice and clean. There's another dieback there. See that? And there and everywhere. So the tree's looking pretty good finally. We did lose 3 months in spring. We lose spring every year, guys. As I said, I keep repeating this. The season starts nice, warm for a week, and then it's winter. Well, this guy doesn't play that game. This tree is just like the lychee, longan, mango, wax jambu, sapodilla, all those sooks. Right? This is not like the custard apple. The custard apple and the cherry moya are not the same as the Rollinia. They'll keep growing regardless of what the weather is. But the Rollinia, it says, I'm going to take a break. If it's going to be cold this week, I'm going to cry. And I'm going to show you my tears. So the Rollinia doesn't play nice. All right, which means it's more cold sensitive, guys. That's what this all means. It's got a lot of flower buds, a lot. Let's see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so it might have 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it might have 15 if we count them all. Yep, it looks like there's 3 more. It might have 20. That's not important. What's important is it's got a lot of flowers. So there's a slight chance we might get some fruit in 2024 from this 5-year-old tree next year in 2024. Let's see. Let's have a look at this guy. This is the Kwai Mak or Kwai Muk. Huge sook. Huge sook. My friend in Sydney, his tree is doing great. It's bushed out and it looks so healthy. This one looks like a turd, right? But it is waking up. But it's been waking up again. It's another one of those crybabies. It's been waking up for 3 months. For 3 months, it's been showing all this growth coming. It's affected by the cold change in spring. It doesn't like the weather changing. It doesn't like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. It's another one of those trees, like the Aurelinia, that wants uniform heat, not up and down. And the Sapodilla also. Once the Sapodilla gets established, though, it doesn't play like that anymore. It becomes more normal, like a normal tree, once it gets established. But it's got a long way before that happens. The good news is it's got new growth everywhere, on every tip. Everywhere. Right? That's great news. It's not dying back. It's moving forward and it's happy. Happy. So, and this one is the prolific grafted Sapodilla. And then we have pomegranate, which we're not going to even bother with because they're too easy. This guy here is the pomegranate's in the same category as an apple tree or a lemon tree. Too easy. This one is also, this here is like a loquat. This is the green sapodi. And the green sapodi doesn't care what the weather is like, man. He's not sensitive to the weather. He just grows, but slow. He's very slow. Very slow, but not a sook. Actually, he belongs in the champion category. And I'm gonna be making a video, a reminder to myself, of the champion trees. Like the green sapodi, the loquat, all the citrus, persimmons, they're champions. Now I'm going to show you what a non-champion looks like. Another starfruit tree. By the way, back there is the Cape gooseberry. This guy here is the opposite of a sook. I can't even control him. I keep cutting him back. Look, see that cut there? I did that. I keep cutting him back because he wants to invade my little tropicals, like this other Sapodilla. He wants to invade. There's another starfruit tree there. See how he's growing under it? He wants to take over. He wants to take over the whole veggie bed. That Cape gooseberry. So I'm gonna have to control him. Cut. Anyway, this is another starfruit. A sook. Looks like his label's gone missing. That's not good. I believe it's the Siam something. The Siam starfruit. Another Sapodilla here, which is waking up. Slowly, really slow. Really slow. Not as slow as the green sapodi. The green sapodi is slow. Sapodilla is very, very, very slow. This is the Kenbangan starfruit, which is waking up. Right? They're all waking up in their own good time. Did you notice how each one of them is doing its own thing in its own good time? Yeah. By the way, back in September, it started waking up. This guy here too, exactly the same thing. When we had that warm week 3 months ago. And then when the cold came, all that new growth like this here died off. It went. So we lost 3 months on him too. Another 3 months lost. Guys, check out my trombone. Zucchini over there. It's going to cover this whole mesh by January, all the way across. That one plant there with trombone-sized zucchini. Highly recommended. The blue Java, bananas coming along well. One there and one at the back there. See that? I've got two of them. That's hanging over the neighbor's fence. So there's two blossoms, or two racks, I should say. I've got some yam growing here. This is a cherry moya seedling, which was originally a Maroochydore custard apple, which died back. So, but I'm gonna grow the seedling just to see what it does, just out of curiosity. A champion tree, the persimmon. This is the flat seedless. Look at the size of the leaves on this. I think this is a tropical kind of persimmon, because none of the other persimmons have got leaves this big. This looks like the kind of persimmon tree you find in the tropics, going by the leaf. And we have another chompu, which is shooting out. This one suffered a lot though, because we had agapanthus that were sucking the living life out of this tree, all the roots and suckers, right? And now it's come back to life, or it's decided to stay alive and do its thing. Hopefully it'll surprise me and please me over summer. We have a black sapodi here, a black sapodi there, two grafted ones, the Mar and the Bernica. Ornamental ginger, another banana there, a rack that's ready to bring down. A small rack, but they're plump and ready. Nice and fat. Yeah guys, 15 Celsius is all it is today. Jerusalem artichoke that got knocked down with the heavy rain we had today. I've got to lift that back up. The new jackfruit, which I planted, right? So it's getting protection from these bananas, from that lemon, from this ginger, and the fence here, and the big tall ornamental plumeria tree. So, and the sugar cane. So it's getting a lot of protection. I'm also going to wrap it in winter with frost cloth. So that's the back here on this wet second day of winter, guys. Did I forget anything? I got a few more plants in there, but we're running up to 40 minutes. Wow, that was quick. Time flies when you're having fun at Fruitopia. Yeah, so the birds of paradise and the macadamia, which I trimmed, and they've come out again, and the rain has pushed it down, so it's hard to walk through here. This is the kiwi berry. I've had it for 4 years, but it hasn't given us any fruit yet. Whatever fruit comes, it drops. Might be a pollination issue, I'm not sure. Yeah, so we got macadamias that we missed last month when we did our harvest. I never saw them, right? They're hiding, guys. They're hiding. Still a lot of flowering going on in there. So that's going to be busy all summer. Orange tree, lime tree, grapefruit tree. I'm not sure if I've been in here. There's a rogue passion fruit vine. Yeah, see what I do with mulberry leaves? On that mulberry I planted there. Someone asked me, why I've got so many mulberries? Why you got all the mulberries? Guys, chop and drop. It's fast growing. It's a survivor. It's in a champion group. It's a champion tree. That's why I've got so many mulberries. Chop and drop. Chop and drop, guys. Same with the bananas. That's why I've got so many bananas. Chop and drop. It's so easy. It's a no-brainer. And the yummy fruit, right? The 2 cherries are finished fruiting. We never got a single cherry because the birds had free reign. Didn't cover the cherries at all. These are the cold climate cherries. But some year I might be in a better mood and net them, right? Trim and net. But I haven't been in the mood to do the cherries for the last 4 years. I've been more focused on the tropicals, like this American Pawpaw, which is finally pushing up some growth a little, right? But it didn't flower or fruit for us this year. Hopefully next year will be the year that we get something from the Pawpaw, the North American Pawpaw. It's been there 4 years, still nothing. And its little buddy over there has been sooking all spring. I don't know what's up with him. This little guy, he's also been here 4 years. It's like he's dying. What the heck is wrong with you, buddy? Anyway, I got 2 more pawpaws from dailies last year, and they're in the ground. Right? So if that one dies, doesn't matter. I've got new ones. Here's one. Look at this, in 1 year. What a champion. In 1 year, he's looking so good with new growth. Right? That's why back up, back up, back up. And over here's the other pawpaw. New one that I've had for a year. Right? So both of them are in the ground. I've got my backups, guys. So it doesn't matter if that one dies back. I'll have 3 left. No problem. There's another one of those mulberries. Wow. It's almost as high as the tamarind. What the heck? And this is meant to be a dwarf. What a joke. You're not a dwarf. You're 4 meters tall, dude. Okay, I forgot to go in here earlier. The pitanga tuba has been flowering and pushing new growth all spring, right? Like at least 50 flowers in the last 3 months, and we're not getting any fruit. So some people say that it needs a pollinator, others say that it's self-fertile but could do with a pollinator, and others say, oh, it must have a pollinator, otherwise it won't fruit. So 3 different opinions on the pitanga tuba. I've had this one for 3 years now, only 3 months in the ground. So enough of its pot life. It's taken to the ground really well. It's very happy. That's the label. For those that are not familiar with a tree. There you go. We love our Brazilian trees. This is the cedar bay cherry, which almost died in the greenhouse because it wasn't getting any water. But now it's come back with new growth. I was gonna put this in the ground too. It's so small. I don't know why it's not growing. It's like tiny, 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 tiny. Oh, by the way, with a pitanga tuba, I took cuttings. I just went click, 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 and I just put those cuttings in pots. And guess what? They survived. Well, mostly survived. This one didn't survive. That one looks dead. But this one looks good. This one looks really good. And who else? I think I put 5 or 6. This one died. That one doesn't look good. That one is alive. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could take cuttings from the pitanga tuba and just stick them in the dirt and they'll grow for you. Not bad. We'll see how that works. Over there I've got another backup bacon which died back 10 times in the last 3 years. It seems to be holding up okay in a pot. And here's the other green sapodilla. This is going to be a 1-hour video. Wow. And we haven't even gone to the front. Okay, this green sapodilla is growing taller than me now. It's over 6 foot. Right? So this is the one of 2. You saw the other one at the back. And that's the second one. And here I've got dragon fruits which should flower and fruit for us this year. There's that second longan again with its flowers now that you can see them from this side. Oh, over here I've got my jambulan, which has gone over 2 meters. And since I'm here, there's that 7 meter tall Australian native tamarind. Yeah. And Chico jujube there. Oh, and here I've got the cherry of Rio Grande coming back to full foliage after its winter sleep. Yeah, that's 2 years in the ground now for that one over there, and 3 years in the ground for this jamun. Right, it's looking really, really good, guys. A big tree. This tree here, this jamun is gonna grow as big as an ice cream bean. That one up there. So be careful planting the jamun. This one. Be very careful where you plant this. Let's have a look. I've got room. Jambulan plum. There it is. Yeah, be very careful where you plant this big boy. You got to have a lot of room. Okay, I think we're done at the backyard. Was there anything else? Let's just do an overview. We've got the worts here. That's fully loaded again. It's got a lot of fruit from last year too that we haven't picked. At least 40 avocados that we haven't picked from last year. There's tons of them. Right? It's loaded in there. Guys, this one was a 15-year wait, this tree. The worts. I don't recommend the worts if you're new to the gardening. No. Not the worts. And not the fuerte either. That took, what, 5-6 years. The one to go for, guys, is Hass. Hass, lamb Hass, and reed, and bacon. Okay, where was I? Yep, back here. This is the third grafted black sapodilla with new growth, but no fruit. It dropped all its fruitlets. That's all right. The new canistel, newly planted canistel. I got that from Daly's last year. It survived in the greenhouse. This backup Rulinia that I had in the greenhouse, also with new growth. It got dieback though. It lost a branch. There were 4 branches. Now there's 2 left. So we've got a lot of dieback on this Rollenia. Happy to say that golden soursop has fully woken from its sleep and pushing out a lot of new growth. See that little stick there? Right? That's the golden soursop, a sweet soursop. Okay. That one, that little stick there. The one behind it, the other stick with the pink. With that pink label, that one's still sleeping. It hasn't woken up. I put these 2 soursops and this Rollenia and this canistel in the ground back in October, and that soursop back there is the only one that hasn't woken up. I forget what variety it is. I think that's from Ross Creek. Yeah, but the golden is awake. The golden is in business. Okay, so there's the other persimmon here, the Dai Maru, which again has been fed a lot of mulberry chop and drop, guys. 1 of 2 yellow jabuticabas. There's another one there. Very slow, but coming along well. Right? Bananas for chop and drop. I'm going to be dropping 2 of them this summer. And the gyro persimmon, which I mentioned earlier. And in here, I've got a new white shatut mulberry. This one, which has already fruited, and we've been eating the fruit off it in its first year, at the end of the first year. Jerusalem artichoke, plantain banana. The first plantain bananas, the green bananas, cooking bananas that we ever had. Right? So I think we're done in the back. There's another rack of bananas back there. There's a rack of bananas here, right above me. Guys, it's like amazing what you can do here in Melbourne. It's just that with some tropicals, the ones I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you need to have the patience of you know how mothers are patient of their children? You know how the saying is, to have the patience of a mother? You gotta be 10 mothers or 100 mothers. Can you do that? Can you have the patience of 100 mothers for some of these tropicals? Well, that's what you need to be successful with tropicals in a cool climate. Hey guys, my first prickly pear flower. Yippee yahoo! I'm so excited. That was a real treat to wake up to on the 2nd of December 2023. Wow, let's get closer. And before we do that, we got our first potted tomatoes. These are the Monsanto tomatoes, yeah. These tomatoes were gifted to me from a viewer here on my channel, whom I sold ice cream bean to. He gave me all these seedlings. They were like this small. Look at them, in only 2 months. The tomatoes are there somewhere. I saw them a few days ago, and now they're not there. Hang on, let me look. All right, I wasn't kidding you. I wasn't kidding you guys. There you go. Green tomatoes. The first week or the last week of spring, first week of summer. These came last week, so technically I got them in spring. Thank you very much, friend. A beautiful couple, young couple. And I hope your ice cream bean tree is in the ground and happy with all this rain. Yeah, I'm sure there's a few more somewhere, but anyway, let's check out this prickly pear, guys. Wow, am I super delighted. Look, do you know what that means? That means that all those new tips up there, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, they're also going to be fruit. How cool is that? Yay! So guys, I'm going to end it there with that happy result. And here we have the banana circle, where I've got the full-size Cavendish banana in the center, where there was a dwarf orange tree that mysteriously just died. And I had a Tamarillo here that died after 5 years. So this all opened up now with all bananas. Bananas everywhere. And this Babako, which has been here for 7 years. And actually it's been here 8 years. And it hasn't fruited since its first year. In the first year it fruited and it stopped fruiting since then. So I don't know what's up with this Babako. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely one for the absolute lovers of this channel to be still here after an hour. Well done, congratulations. This is the giant bird of paradise, which has also been flowering. Even though it's cold, guys, we're getting the ornamentals also rocking. Look, right? They're also rocking. Check this out. Amazing, right? Beautiful. I'm gonna finish the video now, facing the Subel white sapodi. Someone asked me to do a sapodi video of all my sapodis, black, white, green. Well, most of them are in this video, but I'm gonna make one specifically on sapodis only. So come back and check that out in the coming days, and enjoy, guys. I love making these videos for you from not so tropical Melbourne, but ever so tropical in what's growing, right? Bye, guys. This is the works again. I'm gonna be picking some of these fruit before they fall off. They're all ready to pick. So happy to see the reed. I so wish I had put this in the ground. I don't like avocado fruit in pots. That means more work for me to care for it, right? In the ground they care for themselves, but in pots they're like babies. They need attention. One other thing, for any of you who have been following the channel for some time, we lost the lamb house, or I pulled it out. I could have saved it, but it's gone. But we saved the Pickerton. The Pickerton looks like it's gonna make it through. It's funk. There's no fruit, but it's happy. And if it's happy, I'm happy. All right, guys, please like the video if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so we can spread the message far and wide.